Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Cole Phillips, author of The Adventure of the Twisted Truths and host of The Book and Dagger, the YouTube channel where we talk about everything and anything fiction and fantasy. I have not posted in a while, and I'm excited to be back because today I'm going to be talking about recent movies slash TV shows and why I believe that we are going back to good cinema. Now, I know a lot of people, and I myself have said this in the past, there's a lot of times when I've sat down and watched, let's say, Lord of the Rings, or I've sat down and watched, Star Wars, or The Princess Bride, or any older movie that may not like may not be according to modern standards may not have the best CGI, may not have been an all star A-list cast, but movies that are insanely good and have built a loyal following for good reason. Many times I've watched those and been like, these are such great movies or great TV shows. And then I've gone and I've watched a movie that came out 2 years ago that had like an A-list cast. And the best CGI, and the movie just flat out sucked. And that's not to say that all modern TV shows and movies are trash. Far from it. But I feel like a lot of people feel this, and I feel this myself. Has been a lot of time where they're like, okay, we just want to make money, so they throw something together, they get a bunch of popular people to be in it, and they just throw it out there like, okay, this is bound to make us some money. However, I believe that movies and TV might be actually getting back on track, and I'm going to go off the year of 2025 alone. um, Several reasons why I'm hopeful that we are getting back is number one. I will say Thunderbolts is kind of the movie that inspired me to. Well, Thunderbolts is one of the first reasons that inspired me to make this video. I know there's Marvel. Has been a lot of Marvel's kind of been up and down since Endgame. And I know a lot of people have felt that. I felt it myself. I even made a whole video. You can go watch my video on where I talk about it and about Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was a good amidst a lot of mid Marvel movies that we've gotten recently. We got a very, very good Marvel movie in Thunderbolts, and I'll sum it down. I explain this a lot in my video about it, but for basically one simple reason: people related to the characters, and they got what they wanted. Thunderbolts was not a movie that was driven by a political agenda or the author being like, okay, I'm going to insert politics or whatever, this agenda that I want to push into this movie. Thunderbolts gave people characters to relate to, characters who have like depression and stuff, and basically the whole movie was about like fighting depression and not keep like if you are depressed, if something is bothering you, don't keep it locked in. Share it with your friends, share it with people you love, and they'll be there for you to comfort you. That was basically what the whole movie was about. And I know, as people say, it didn't do very good at the box office. I love that movie. I would say it is in my top 5 Marvel movies, and that is including all the Marvel movies like pre-Endgame and stuff. Thunderbolts was a very good Marvel movie, and I think it was very well done. Another reason I say that I think TV shows and movies are perhaps going in the right era, and this one's going to be a little weird, is The Wheel of Time Season 3. Now, for those of you who know me, I'm a huge fan of the Wheel of Time books by Robert Jordan. I think they're some of the best fantasy books I've ever read, like right up there, like maybe just below Tolkien. And so I was very disappointed when the Amazon Prime TV show would strayed from the books. They were not very loyal to the books. Um, they just basically, it was like they were doing their own retelling of their own turning of the wheel. However, season 3 I thought was overall pretty good. I know I hated on seasons 1 and 2 with good reason, as I also as I've talked about in other videos. Season 3, I felt they were actually, now I know the TV show got canceled, so you may be thinking, why am I even including this? But season 3 of The Wheel of Time was actually done very well. Yes, there were a lot of changes that weren't loyal to the books and I didn't particularly care for. But the moments when they were loyal to the books and they actually stuck to the story and brought it to screen, I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I am so excited. So yeah, that is one of the reasons I feel like perhaps they felt the cries and the pressure of the people who said, hey, Stay loyal to the source material, and it'll be great. Now I know it's a bad look for them because they canceled it right after season 3, but I'm actually confident and hopeful that them canceling Wheel of Time will actually pave the way for in the future someone, maybe Amazon, maybe not, to do a more faithful to the books adaptation of the show, and I think it will be a great success. Uh, K-pop Demon Hunters. Now I know this is going to sound really weird for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, but I feel like most of you will know what I'm talking about because it is such a popular movie with good reason. Now, me personally, it came out a couple months ago. I did not watch it right off the bat. In fact, I barely even knew what it was. I was like, I mean, I heard it coming out. It was insanely popular. I was like, oh, K-pop Demon Hunters. It doesn't really sound like something I'd be interested in because I'm more of a Wheel of Time, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Marvel, that kind of guy. Then I saw some clips of it. And I was like, okay, I might give this a shot. So I came home one day and after work, got on the couch, watched it. Within the first 3 minutes of the movie, I was like, this is the greatest movie I have ever seen. And I was so excited. I have never done that with a movie. I fell in love with that movie instantly, and it did not disappoint me through the end. K-pop Demon Hunters is another prime example. Like Thunderbolts, it's giving people something they want to see and characters they can relate to, along with insanely catchy songs that I will say this and I will get hate for it. One song from that show is better than every Taylor Swift song ever made, and I will stand by that claim. It was an absolutely phenomenal movie, and I know it's been number one on Netflix for the past 7 weeks, and Golden has been blasting its way up the charts of music and stuff. It was an insanely good movie, and I'm really hopeful that maybe we'll get a sequel. Maybe not. I'm personally I'm a little worried because sometimes they mess up sequels, but I think if they do a sequel, they could do really well. And but anyway, another thing, I think 2025 is just this isn't really 25 has overall been a very good year for movies and TV shows. I feel like, and another reason I say this is because the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie is coming out in next month, so that's very soon. And I'm a big fan of Demon Slayer. The storytelling is phenomenal. The animation, the fight scenes are amazing. It's just overall a very beautiful show. And the movie is coming out, and I'm super stoked about that. I know a lot of people are. And then also, My Hero Academia, another amazing show. That's the last final season is coming out. So overall, I'm feeling very good about the future of movie and TV and anime and all that. I feel like this year has been a very good one and will continue to be a very good year for fans of these shows and movies. And I just feel really confident overall that the movie industry as a whole will hopefully see the successes of these movies like Thunderbolts and K-pop Demon Hunters that connect with people, and they'll maybe take notes. Anyway, that's just my wishes and hopes. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.